Thank you for coming.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm good. You?
Good, good. You and my son have been going out for a while, and I feel like I don't know you. Uh, Tell me a little bit about yourself. I want to know you better.
Yeah, that sounds great.
So, what do you do?
I'm actually a social worker for DCF.
Ah, why DCF?
I always believed that my purpose in life was to help people in need while also taking into consideration my needs and desires, physically and emotionally. When I was little, I used to volunteer at homeless shelters. And while I was there, I would talk to them about their lives. And something I noticed was most of their problems started very early on when they were children, and they would grow up in abusive or neglectful households. And there would be nobody there to help them, even though they needed it. So what would happen was they would take things into their own hands, either run away without anywhere to go, or get hooked on drugs to help cope with the emotional trauma that came with the abuse. And I wanted to be the one to help those kids so that they don't fall down that path.
Yeah. Isn't it hard?
It's a little hard, but one of my strengths is empathy. I'm very empathetic, and I think that it helps me with connecting with the kids and understanding them. Another thing is I'm very adaptable, and that's very, very important when it comes to my work.
So, how did you get the job?
During my senior year of college, I began interning at DCF, and after I graduated with my bachelor's in social work, they hired me. I've been working there ever since.
So, what exactly do you do?
Well, what happens is I'll get assigned a couple cases of families where there's been reports of abuse or neglect. I'll go to their house and assess their living situations and talk one-on-one with each of the family members. And I'll also talk to other people in their lives, such as teachers, guidance counselors, or other family members, so I can get a better picture of what's going on. From there, I will tell them, maybe to go to family counseling or to be a part of a program that helps with some of the problems that is affecting the house life for the kids. And from there, I'll continue to monitor them. If I see improvement and I see that they're going in a good direction, I'll close the case. But in some situations, there is no improvement, or it's apparent that there is neglect or abuse going on. And when that happens, I'll have to take them to court and make sure that the kids go somewhere where I'll know that they'll be safe.
Did you know anything about the job before you got it?
I knew a little bit, but during one of my classes at Valencia, we had to interview somebody from the career field. I ended up interviewing a DCF social worker named Michelle, and she gave me some insight and advice for the job. One thing that stood out to me, though, was a bit of advice that she gave me. She said that your safety comes first. When you're at somebody's house for an assessment, you always have to know where your exits are and to be prepared to
Sorry.
and to be prepared to leave if the situation becomes hostile. I didn't know how useful that advice was until I had to experience it firsthand.
Oh no. So you mentioned Valencia. I'm guessing that's where you went?
Yep, I went to Valencia for 2 years and got my AA degree, and I graduated from there May of 2019. After that, I took advantage of Valencia's Direct Connect to UCF program, and I attended UCF School of Social Work, I graduated from there May of 2021 with a bachelor's degree in social work.
Was it expensive?
It was a little expensive. My classes at Valencia came out to be $6,183, and my classes at UCF came out to be $8,601. But that doesn't take into consideration the full cost. I also had books, lab fees, and living expenses, which all came out to be about $54,500. Thankfully, I had financial aid though.
That's good.
Between both the subsidized and unsubsidized loans and my Pell Grants, I received about $45,000 worth of financial aid.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And the rest, of course, I paid for with my paychecks from work.
So, what do you think helped you most in school?
You know, I think it would have to be my academic advisors and this class that I took at Valencia, my new student experience class. They helped me map out a complete academic path for myself so that I knew where I was going and how I was going to get from point A, starting school, to point B, graduating. Without them, I don't think that I would be where I am today. I think I would be completely lost, and I am so thankful for that.
Well, that's amazing. I'm so glad that my son is with someone like you.
Thank you.